It's 5:30, I'll call the regular council meeting of Monday, July 22nd to order. Roll call. Scott. Here. Beauregard. Here. Kramer. Here. Grant. Here. Rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right, first up on the agenda is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve those items 3 through 6?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a motion? Is there a second? I'll support it. Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Now we'll move on to number 7, the guest citizens forum. Is there anyone who'd like to speak at the podium? State your name and address, please.
Jim McGully, 502 Hampshire Drive. And Ken, could you give me a hand with this? I'm representing the First Family Recognition team. We'll start with this one. And I'd like to say thank you to the council, the chamber, Water Carnival Committee. But if you see the map right over on the wall, Ken had that map, and so we had to push it up into a banner. This is going to be on display down at the one of the booths at Water Carnival in Midway. It sure came out great. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'll let you roll it up since you're more skilled at stuff than I am. But during the Water Carnival, we're going to have people come down, everybody in town. So let your neighbors know, your friends know, somebody that's coming in to visit. But we're going to ask that you fill in a little information card, put your name and address, and then your family name to the box right on the platform. So everybody will be able to Kim. And again, this, if you want to take a look how nice this turned out. And what we found from the surveys that we've been doing, some of the homes have had 5 or 6 different families. So we'll see a cluster. It'll look almost like a battalion deployment for some type of battle, I'm sure. But I just wanted to come down and say thank you to everybody that supported us and let people know, come on now, have some fun with this. Okay, and thank you very much for finding this for us.
All right, thank you, Jim. Yeah.
If anybody has a question for me, fire away. Otherwise, you'll have to hold until Thursday. Or even come down tomorrow night to the senior center. We'll get a little bit more of an update for that too.
Get us for the First Families
First
project that you're looking to do for the anniversary next year, as like a big presentation, or?
Well, it's bigger than just First Families, but this gets us in time for this year's Water Carnival. But when you think about Hoyt Lakes being carved out literally in the middle of the Superior National Forest, unique. Everybody can kind of go back to that first day. I just found a photograph of our house. We first lived in 112 Wyandotte. And you can see the dirt right next to the foundation going over to Ulrich's and next to where Mona Royce lives right now. So it's and that was White Lakes. They had boardwalks. That's why I met my first friend. We were on the boardwalk. But yeah, come on down. It'd be great to have you. And especially the people that are newer to White Lakes. Oh goodness, you know, you're part of it, so. We'd love to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, and I am on my way. Let's see you.
To you and all your volunteers, be interesting to see.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to?
Mitzi Mo. With election season coming up, I'm wondering how many of the town. City council people and mayors would be willing to hold a town meeting. So that people can come out and ask you questions. And get the answers that they've been looking for, rather than, as you pointed out, slamming it on Facebook.
Yeah, we can certainly talk about that and see if we can schedule something for before the November elections, for the fall election. Yeah,
I mean, I would think you'd want to do it fairly soon after everyone's. Applications go in, I believe they end mid-August, when you stop taking them.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? No. All right, then we'll go on to reports from staff, city administrator Lenny.
The city of Aurora will be hosting the National Night Out for the Eastern Police Department and White Lakes Ambulance on Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. And then the personnel committee and I met regarding interviews for the council position. I will call out tomorrow with the interview dates and times for those interviews for the empty council seat.
Can we ask how many applied?
Sorry, we had 5 applicants, I believe. One of them was not complete, and we contacted them to see if they were gonna finish it, and they never got back to us. So there's 4 that will be up for interviews. We have to Director Satzinger.
Yeah, I just want to let people know that, the remainder of the blacktopping is taking place down at the Water Carnival Pavilion area. That got wrapped up last week, they shouldered it all now. And the fencing company showed up today and started on the fence around the tennis, pickleball / skate park area, they should be wrapping that up tomorrow. Also, Public Works got the hoops in for the basketball court last week, so that's wrapped up. We'll be spreading some more topsoil after Water Carnival. We just figured we would try and do that prior to all the foot traffic in the parade area. Would be a mess, so we'll do that afterwards, as well as painting some lines on it, etc. And that's about it.
Oh, yeah, it looks great down there. And I already heard people talking about the kids using the basketball court again, so it was, yeah, it looked nice, and it's finally ready.
Kenny, do you know what, has anybody had a conversation with the dollar store about their yard yet?
Yes, I've contacted the general contractor multiple times. I was given the phone number for the sub today, who is in charge of he's not in charge of the final landscape, I was told today, but he is in charge of the dirt work, getting it ready for the landscapers. The general has been hounding him over and over. He keeps claiming that it's been too wet and too wet. When I contacted him today, he told me he would be here this week. That remains to be seen, but he said once he gets it ready for the landscapers, that will be following in that area.
Okay, thank you.
Trust me, I've been hearing plenty about it.
Right, the attorney,
Just what's on the agenda, Mayor.
okay. Counselor Kramer, Counselor Borger.
I just wanted to thank the city staff and the Water Carnival Committee, all the volunteers, and it's a busy week, a lot of stuff has been done. Came out the basketball courts, they found time to get those in there. I know it wasn't, there's plenty of other stuff to do to get ready for the big Water Carnival, and it's like, see you guys take the time to get those hoops in, it's, a lot of people ask about it. I'd also like to thank the Ladies Golf League, we had a pretty successful event the other weekend, a lot of people in town, a lot of golfers. I think they raised a lot of money for a good cause. Nice to see our town have events like that to bring people in. That's all.
All right, Counselor Scott,
Nothing.
Right, I was just gonna say that Water Carnival, we're doing some last minute wrap up things, but it should be a good event as usual. I'm sure there'll be rain one day, as there always is, but it looks like a good weekend. And along with the First Family booth, the Erie Mining Company Committee, will have their books for sale again. They'll have an informational booth, I believe, just Thursday. But they'll be, right next to the First Family booth, so a lot of history for our residents to look at, and see what the groups have done. That's it for me. Nothing under old business, so on to new business, 11.1. We raise your ETV Stoneville Club invoice in the amount of 18,446.30 to SDH for the San Versions Trail.
So, this item and the following item, we are pass-throughs for these grant dollars, so we are the fiscal agent for them. And so we just look to approve them and then we get reimbursed through the grant invoice.
It looks like one of them is complete, the 11.2. Because it's 100%.
Yes, that project. Yeah, so SDH splits it off into different projects, so we'll have another one coming in for about $30,000 for the same project. We also have the final estimate from Jola and Saw. They're going back and forth, Jola and Saw contractors going back and forth with the engineering as to the final amount, which is why it's indicated as pending on your cover sheet there. So the next meeting, you should be able to see all those additional invoices.
Anything to add, Stuart, from the ATV club perspective?
That section of the trail should now be open for the, what do you call it, the ski trailhead thing at the edge of town. All the way up to the Bird Lake Ski Trail and, the Skyward Road there. So nice to see more trail getting added. That will remain a ski trail in the winter as well, so it'll be a pretty nice trail for them to maintain in the winter. That was part of that project, and then there's also still some remaining dirt still there. That's for the next section that runs along the Skyward Road to dedicate a snowmobile trail along there to get it farther out for the trails. So that will be used as this next section gets started.
Thank you. Is there a motion to pay the first invoice in the amount of 18,446.30?
I'll make that motion.
Motion, I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried, and then 11.2 is in the amount of 1,400 to SDH for the 7 Beavers Trail as well. Is there a motion to pay that bill? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and support, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. 11.3, we have the government approval to accept gambling funds from the Great Lakes Chamber of Commerce. And that is to buy the bicycle event that's coming August 14th, starting in White Lakes, and they stay overnight and then move on and right into the Saba Trail. The Chamber of Commerce wants to provide them with a nice nylon backpack full of White Lakes goodies and information when they come into town for that. So we donated money to the city in order to also the city logo on them. So that's what that is for. And is there a motion to accept those funds?
I'll make that motion.
Then a motion, is there a second? And then a second, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. 11.4, request from Dan Darbo to transfer his liquor license to the Midway Shelter on August 14th for the bicycle event. They'll camp there, there'll be a food trucks, beer garden. They did hire some kind of live entertainment to have for a couple hours. So Water Carnival will be running the bar on behalf of Dan under his liquor license. Is there any questions or a motion to approve his request?
I'll make that motion.
And a motion, is there a second?
I'll support.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. 11.5, gardening club request for the waiver of fees for the Fisherman's Point shelter. Anything on that, Becky, or
Yeah, I guess I can speak to that. We are. Garden club meeting. At the beginning of July, they were looking about doing a summer barbecue, down at the point on August 21st. And I think officially that would be at Picnic Shelter 3, is one I kind of hope to get. They seemingly done this every year. And I just think it's a nice way to thank them for all the hard work they put in throughout the year, so. They were just wanting that, and it's like a little $30.
And traditionally, we do waive that.
I would make a motion to waive the fee, and I'd like to thank all their, for all their work that they do to keep the planters filled and. Tell them thanks.
So motion, is there a second?
I would second that, and I agree with you. That, I mean, they do a great job making the city look good, and I appreciate all of their hard work.
All right, there's a motion and a support, all those in favor?
I,
Opposed? Motion carried. We can make our thumb next, so we can keep it up. 11.6 resolution for the grant application to the National Volunteer Fire Council for turnout gear. Do you have any other information on that? It's just speak.
No, for August first. 500 applicants, so I kind of wanted to get it on the agenda. Or else we didn't wait, so.
Okay. Here's, it looks like $10,000, or is it no more than $10,000 for the grant? All right, for any other questions or discussion on it?
How are we sitting for turnout here with the fire department?
Well, 2025 will start expiring again, so. Might as well get you on it if you can.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys looking out for grants too, to help where possible, so thank you for that. I would make a motion to support the grant application.
I would second that.
All right, there's a motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 211.7, contract with the Range Credit Bureau for collections of past due accounts.
So the city was owed quite a bit of money for garbage bags from Mutter's Market. We were owed $18,999.73 worth of bags, and we have received $5,000 worth of payments on those bags. The last time they were current was November of 2023, so the current balance due is $13,999.73. I've been in contact with them multiple times over the past several months to get that account current. We have stopped delivering bags to them as they have quite a large balance with us. They've said that they would pay $2,500 regularly. We have not received any payment after their initial $2,500 payment. I've left multiple voicemails. I have not received any callbacks for that. So my recommendation is we go with Range Credit Bureau, who also does our collections for the EMS accounts. It's the contract will be the same terms as we have for our ambulance billings. We cannot assess these bags to their property taxes, so the only way we will be able to collect this past due balance is through collections.
Any other questions in the council?
Like it's a 45%. Great.
So it's, the collection rate is, if they collect within the first 30 days, we pay 10%. If they collect within the, thereafter, after the 30 days, we pay 25%. If it has to go to court, the Range Credit Bureau pays for all of the court costs, the attorney fees, everything like that, but we pay 45%.
Was any of this carryover from the previous owner?
No.
Was there some conflicts with tax or something like that at the beginning of this?
So initially, they reached out to me and asked questions about sales tax. We charge sales tax when we bill out bags. And so they indicated that they wanted to pay the state directly for that sales tax. I did talk to the Minnesota Department of Revenue. The Minnesota Department of Revenue said that the city can operate it in any way the city sees fit. We can charge them sales tax. As we do that for all of our other businesses and it streamlines our accounts, that's how we move forward. I did respond to Mutters Market and tell them that and let them know that they would have to pay their balance in full, including that sales tax. Even when there was that conversation going on, they did not pay their bills minus sales tax, they just didn't pay the bills at all.
So it's not just the sales tax owing, it's still.
It's
cost.
everything.
Yeah.
Was there any reason provided as to why they weren't able to do that, or?
They indicated to me, during one of our phone conversations that they utilize the money for other things.
I don't know how anybody else in the council feels, but we do offer residents, paid plans. I believe this has been offered in the past, Mutters Market. But I wouldn't mind letting them try one more time if they want to come down and just sign some sort of new contract by a certain deadline, maybe a week. To try to do this internally before it gets escalated to a collection agency. If they fail to come by Friday or something like that and sign it, then it would get sent to collections. I don't think anybody else feels.
Well, I see they said, they agreed to pay us, 2,500, but that was not any kind of sign here, that was just a verbal. Like, we'll come down and take care of it, and that hasn't worked yet, that is.
I agree with you, sending the collections is a big step in. I think maybe them saying that it came in front of the council, that it's somewhat serious that, and pay your bills. So I wouldn't mind, trying to work with them again to hopefully get this squared away and get it figured out.
What are the payment terms you would like to set?
Yeah, so are you proposing 2,500 by the end of the week, or just signing an agreement?
I would like to see some sort of agreement and how you typically do that with the residentials of some sort of incremental payback.
So residentials are not owing us $13,000.
No, I understand, but they're also not making payments lump sum of $2,500 either, so. it's- Yeah,
So if you want it to be $2,500, do you want it to be bi-weekly payments? Do you want it to be a monthly payment? I mean, a monthly payment, that's going to take a significant amount of time, yeah. Do you want to collect interest while you're doing payments?
So for the city or residents, if we have it,
Yes, the sanitation bill will go up if this goes unpaid, because $13,000 is a very large chunk for a sanitation revenue.
I guess I'd like to see it closed by January first, so whatever that's.
Yeah, we could work out some kind, they pay it by January 1st, and we could divide that in some way, whether it's a bigger lump sum.
Okay, I can be the specifics.
Yeah, we can see what if they're willing to work out an agreement.
And when would you like it signed by?
It's a pretty busy weekend. I like to see Friday, but it's a busy weekend. I understand if we maybe let it go till Monday, but I don't know how long this is.
Okay.
Depending on 7 days, 1 week.
And if it's unsigned by Monday, you are approving the collections?
Yes,
I think that'd be the next logical step, yeah, if they realize, if you don't come and sign this and they good on it, then it goes to collections after that, give them a chance to understand how it works, which most business owners should know what happens if you don't pay your bills, but I'd like to give them a chance to come down and talk about it.
That's a long motion, I think I got it.
You gotta come.
make that motion then?
Yep.
I'll make that motion. To do all that stuff, we just like.
All that stuff, there's been a motion, is there support of that motion?
I'll support it.
Then a motion and support, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None, motion is carried, then you can just let us know by Monday what the outcome was. All right, 11.8, request to terminate air gas, their contract and issue a request for proposals for the Fort Lakes EMS Department oxygen.
So we did sign a term with Airgas and then now we're in an annual renewal. And prices have increased quite a bit with them. And so we would be looking to end that annual renewal contract next spring. And EMS Director Olmsted will go out for requests for proposals prior to that contract ending and get the best cost and bring that forward to the council. to approve. So this would just be authorizing us to let them know that we're not going to renew the contract with them.
Is this typically always a year contract? Could we get potentially better pricing?
If we go further, and that's what we did initially, and then that contract sunsetted and the prices.
Would be entertaining, a bid from them also, if they could rebid it at a better rate.
Yeah, she typically reaches out to all the companies who would deliver medical oxygen to them, so.
Any other questions about that? None, I'll make a motion to approve that.
I think that one.
Motion, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Motion and a second, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, that brings us to the end of our agenda. Our next council meeting will be Monday, August 12th at 5:30 and Monday, August 26th at 5:30. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I think that one.
Is there a second?
Health board.
All right, second, all those in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.